Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kudlow. I'm Larry Kudlow. I'll just say Joe Biden and his fellow socialist president from Germany had a press conference. So far, I know of nothing particular that came out of it. We have General Jack Keane later in the show to take a look at what they said or did not say. But meanwhile, more importantly to us, Save America, Kill the Bill. That's been the mantra and crusade for many, many months here. And with the help of Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema, our mantra has become reality. Build Back Better is dead. In fact, last week, when Senator Manchin was asked if he was negotiating on Build Back Better, he gave us 4 no's and a dead. Now, you know what? The Democrats, and even some Senate Republicans, sad to say, are now pushing through a junior version of Build Back Better. It's called the Competes Act, which is a huge misnomer. Supposed to be about China, but it's not about anything. It is now up to $350 billion, okay? $350 billion. The House and Senate will conference to resolve some spending issues. This bill should be stopped. It is nothing more than corporate welfare, picking winners and losers in American industry, providing special favors for unions, even public employees who, by the way, already earn substantially higher salaries and benefits than average American workers. This $350 billion monstrosity would put $78 billion into the National Science Foundation, which presently has an $8 billion budget. Really? How are you going to do that, pray tell? But wait, there's much more. They're going to give a new $50 billion slush fund to the Energy Department for allegedly science purposes. This is cleverly couched as supply chain relief. Really? Really? Didn't we just give the Energy Department a handsome slush fund in the so-called infrastructure bill? Wow. You know, when I grow up, I want to be in charge of the Energy Slush Fund. Most powerful job in the government, I guess, got to be the best job in town. Plus, of course, there's a $50 billion direct subsidy for the semiconductor industry, even though the United States is still the leader in chip design and chip-making equipment. It would take years to build new foundries. And anyway, Taiwan's semiconductor manufacturing company is coming to Arizona to build a $12 billion plant. And we don't need a bailout of Intel, which has fallen way behind in recent years. So the Commerce Department would get another $45 billion to finance so-called critical goods. No one knows what that means. And one of my favorites, there's an $8 billion appropriation to the UN Green Climate Fund. $8 billion for the Green Climate Fund in the UN. Just what we need. By the way, don't want to forget this. There's another $3 billion for solar manufacturing. Remember Solyndra? Anybody? Incidentally, none of this $350 billion is paid for, either through tax hikes or other spending cuts. Not that I want to pay for any of it, because it's all super terrible policy. This is fiscal policy run riot. This is a miniaturized BBB, and that is why I want to save America and kill this bill. And I want to add, there's more. They put a trade section in, and that would allow exclusions from the Trump tariffs that were really quite effective in strengthening America and its trade relations with China. Former U.S. Trade Rep Bob Lighthizer pounded on this when he was on the show last week. Now, I am sorry that 18 Republican senators voted for this monstrosity. Thankfully, our lead guest tonight, Senator Marsha Blackburn, did not. Bravo. No Republicans voted for it in the House, except Adam Kinzinger, who's not really Republican. So the House GOP is smarter than the Senate. Look, the best way to promote American competitiveness with China or anybody else is make the Trump tax cuts permanent and stop Biden's regulatory and tax war against all of business, including fossil fuels, and maintain tough export controls, tough investor protections when it comes to putting money into Chinese companies, which is to say the Chinese military, which is to say all these companies are essentially instrumentalities of the Chinese Communist Party. And we should enforce China trade deals. Spending another $350 billion while the Fed keeps creating more and more money is a recipe for less competitiveness and higher inflation. Save America. Kill this bill.